Hey guys, welcome back to day 2 of From Zero to Hero. So today I just want to talk about lassitude and weariness, specifically burning out. The past few days since starting this, I've been trying to fight weariness and, just falling asleep. Brings me to my talking point for today of day 2, and that is a philosophy slash religion I think is a major key to success. It is called Taoism. So, just gonna write that down. Spelled Taoism. So, basically, Taoism is the religion of going with the flow. What Taoism basically has to say is that there is a great way of life. If you sit very still and you listen and you feel it, you can sense the way. Tao literally translates to the way. So it's the wayism, the following the way. What that has to do with lassitude is basically Taoism is basically about non-resistance, right? So there's this great way. It basically says life is sort of like a great river, and you can try and fight the river, or you can go along with the river. You can, try and swim against the river. You can try and swim to the side, maybe grab something on to hold on to, and you might even successfully be able to do that. However, it says that the best way to go about things is just to go with the flow, because no matter what, that way is eventually going to take you down that path. So there are some things you can do to better go along the river. You can build a boat. You can build flotation devices. You can create sails to help go with the wind. You know, there's these are metaphorical aspects to life that you can bring. Those are the other keys to success that I go over in this channel. So basically, I've been trying to fight this lassitude, but really it's more about not just jumping head in first. It's about making sure that I feel good enough to be able to do it. And in that sense, I'm taking small steps towards being able to go fully into the schedule that we talked about creating back yesterday on day 1. Hey, so another thing I wanted to clarify about why I brought up weariness and lassitude and just being able to deal with it. Since I started this journey, I've been going through a cold. I just got a cold like last week. And if you haven't noticed, I've been kind of sick. So I also worked out probably for the first time in like 2 years. So I've just been really sore too. So that was why I wanted to talk about burning out and making sure you take the proper rest. So that was the reason that I haven't jumped in to the schedule yet. But yeah, you have to make sure you take the necessary rest to make sure you're healed, to make sure that you can keep moving forward. It's not all about just concentrating your effort and just going as hard as you can. This is really just a marathon. And like I said, persistency and consistency is key. So, yeah, I just want to make that clarification. As if you've watched the previous episodes, I suffer from bipolar disorder, and I had my last manic episode about 2 years ago. Then the past 2 years have basically been in a major depressive episode, but Taoism has kept me afloat. basically. Just come, you got to take things as they come, basically, and not really try and resist it, because you're just going to waste more energy, and it's just going to be worse for you down the line when you actually do, it actually is the right time. So it's all about finding the right timing. These 2 years, now is actually the time that I feel that I have to go. It's just like every part of me is just like, yes, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to do it. And a quick disclaimer about that: if you are suffering from depression, then I definitely recommend going to see a doctor and possibly seeing a psychiatrist and seeing a therapist. I personally go see a psychiatrist, and the medications help like night and day. If I don't take them, I feel terrible, and if I do take them, I feel able to do this basically and start my life back up again. I just recently got back on the right medication. It's a medication called Resulti. It's a kind of a new medication. It's the successor to Abilify, if you've heard of that. It is for bipolar disorder. But these things really do help, and if you don't feel like you're able to do this, then that's fine. As Ariana Huffington said, sometimes you have to lean back to jump farther, right? Like, think of a panther. They first lean back, and then they leap, and they can jump even farther. So, sometimes you just have to relax, and you have to be able to find that right timing. That's what Taoism comes into play. It also is the religion of yin yang. This symbol, a lot of people don't actually realize that that's where it comes from, but that is, if you look it up on Wikipedia, it says part of a series on Taoism, if you look up the yin yang symbol. So it is about finding that balance. As far as that goes, though, I have been using small steps to fight the last two. I've basically been trying to correct my sleep schedule. If you remember from day 0, that day I woke up at 7 p.m. and I fell asleep at 6 a.m. the day before. So it was really bad. It was like I said, I'm living with my family. I'm living with my dad. I can't keep them up at weird hours of the night. So, the first thing I've been trying to do is correct that sleep schedule and make sure that I'm up and I'm able to tackle this 0 to hero problem. So, quick update for today. Basically, what I did was I went to an interview and I found the acting class. I've been auditing a few classes, trying to find the right fit, trying to see which acting classes are the best. I ended up with an acting class called Actors Connection, and I'm going to be signing up for it tomorrow. It's at the starter fast track, and they give you 6 months, and they basically give you everything you need for the business. If you do pursue acting like me, I definitely recommend going on Backstage.com. It's probably the #1 resource for actors. Setting up a profile, and they have a lot of information. That's where I found this acting school. They have a bunch of different acting schools listed there. This was the most highly recommended one for beginners. The interview went really well, and I definitely think I'm going to sign up for it. I'm probably signing up for it tomorrow on day 3. As far as coding goes, I'm still jumping into that. I haven't gotten to the 11 hours a day. Pretty scared for that. That's going to be a big commitment. So, stay tuned for that. And I'm excited that once we get those first 2, then we're going to get the next 3, I think. The love and belongingness, the esteem, and then finally that self-actualization. And that self-actualization cannot come any sooner. I mean, that's the goal of this channel. Realizing one's full potential. And basically, just real quick, I wanted to just explain that I'm making this channel so that others can see that not only is possible, but a quick way to do it. I want people to emulate how I'm doing it, and I just want to show people, hey, like, not, you can do this, and here's a fast way of doing it. Learn from my mistakes. I'm going to be learning as I go, because I'm basically resetting from zero. I mean, I have done this a few times before, but every time I had to reset from zero, and when I say reset from zero, I really mean reset from zero. Like, from those manic episodes that were triggered by doing this, after that, I was hospitalized. I was grounded for like 6 months each time, and I was just like, all my friends stopped talking to me, and because I mean, I went crazy on them, and basically I had to relearn everything. And my going into that depressive episode, those just basically reset my mind. So I'm basically doing this from zero. Another thing I wanted to talk about is financing this. A lot of people who are maybe watching this, they don't have the luxury of uh, being able to live with their parents and not having to pay rent and everything. I do want you to know that I am sort of part-time working with my dad. Just gonna be enough to, be able to live here and cover the food expenses. So I am kind of going through that. I mean, it is extremely, extremely part-time. I mean, like, maybe, I don't know. It's very, very sparsely he asks me to do it, but when he does ask me to do it, I just buckle up and do it. I would recommend, so basically I would, if you're looking for just finances, I would recommend a part-time job, but maybe not something that's full-time. I don't know, I couldn't really fully speak on that, but I think you should focus on developing, in order to make money, I think you should focus on developing a high income skill, a high talent skill, and that's going to take time and effort. And just as my experience working before, I mean, when I work with my dad, when I worked with him full time, I was basically run down every day. I had a few hours to myself, and there was not a lot of room for self-improvement. So if you do have that luxury, take advantage of it. Work on self-improvement. As Abraham Lincoln said, if you gave me 6 hours to cut down a tree, I'd spend the first 5 hours sharpening the axe. So that's a major key to success as well, self-improvement, and that's what we're going to be focusing on in this channel. Alright guys, this is day 2. I look forward to tomorrow, day 3, and for me signing up for classes. And I also do have a GoPro, so I might be able to do some in the field camera work. Yeah, so thanks guys, thanks for watching. If you like what you see, hit subscribe, leave a comment, maybe like the video, do what you must. Thanks guys, bye.